Satnam. Good morning, my Column Place yogis. Today we're just gonna do a nice wake up morning yoga. So let's start out in our easy pose. Bringing hands either into Gyan Mudra with the thumb and index finger touching back of the wrist to the knees, or with palms open facing up to the ceiling. And I invite you to close your eyes if you're comfortable with that. If you prefer to keep them open, finding a still point on the floor or the wall in front of you, just as a way to really begin reeling your energy in and connecting to that center drishti or mental gaze. And with your eyes closed or focused, turning your attention to your tailbone, reaching your tailbone down towards the earth as you elongate up through the top of your head, rolling shoulder blades away from the ears. And bringing hands to the heart, either in prayer mudra with the palms pressing together, the thumbs pressing into that sternum, or with one hand over the heart center and the other hand over that one. Bringing your attention to your heart. Just noticing what kind of energy you're holding in your heart space right now. So with eyes closed, focusing, connecting to the earth all the way up to that space right above our heads. Our hands are at our hearts. We'll open our practice chanting the sound current Om, and we'll chant that 3 times. Inhale and exhale and inhale to chant. Keeping hands together, let's raise arms up overhead, imagining that space between your arms filling with a beautiful light. And as you exhale, release your hands and draw that light around you. Okay, we're gonna bring hands right back into that prayer mudra, inhaling up. And on the exhale, twisting to the left, and releasing your hand so that right hand comes down to your left knee, and that left arm wraps around the lower back. So we're inhaling, elongating up through the top of the head. Exhale, twisting to look over that left shoulder. Just taking a few long, deep breaths here. Inhaling up and exhale, twist. Making sure that we're keeping those shoulders away from the ears. Elongating up through the top of the head. One more time. Inhale. And on that exhale, release out of that spinal twist back to center. Let's inhale the arms up once more. And on that exhale, turning to the right as we release the hands, bringing that left hand to the right knee, wrapping that right hand around the lower back. And again, inhaling to center, elongating up through the top of the head. And exhale, twisting to look over the right shoulder. Inhaling up and exhale, twist. Just Really wringing out that spine. Once more, inhale up and exhale, releasing back to center. Very nice. Let's go ahead and stretch this left leg out. So you're bringing the right leg to the inside of that left, or that right foot to the inside of that left leg. And we can go ahead and turn so that our heart is pointing over this right knee. And we're going to reach for that left foot with our left hand and then swing that right arm over. So that right arm's really hugging the right ear. And we want to keep that heart open, facing over this right knee. So you're just getting a nice stretch in that right side body. And just taking a few long, deep breaths here. Inhale. On that exhale, we're going to bring this right hand to meet the left. And you can even bring that forehead down to that left knee. And let's go ahead and release those hands, and we're going to walk our hands over so that we're back facing over this right knee and bringing our forehead down to that right knee. You can even, if you would like, bring your hands behind that lower back and reach them up towards the ceiling. Inhale, and then exhale, release, and come rolling up. All right. And now from here, we're gonna come into that bound ankle pose. So bringing the soles of the feet together. Woo. And holding on to toes, ankles or shins. Inhaling the heart forward towards the toes. Exhale, rounding back. And continue that movement, inhaling forward. Exhale, rounding back. And notice that as you move forward, your elbows come towards the back, closer towards your body. And then as you bring your heart back, you're straightening out those arms. And continue that movement. Once you feel like you got this movement down, you can go ahead and close your eyes. Perhaps even focusing up at the third eye, the spot between your brow and just above the brow line. And if you start to feel like you have a little more movement in the spine, the spine's really starting to wake up, you can pick up the pace. But make sure to continue to keep taking a complete breath. Inhaling through the nose all the way down to that navel center and exhaling completely out. All right, one more time. Let's inhale up to center. And on that exhale, we're gonna kick out that right leg, bringing the left foot to the inside of that right leg. And reaching this right arm over to that right foot, ankle, shin, wherever it lands is exactly where it needs to be. And we're gonna reach this left arm over, really keeping that heart open, facing out over that left knee. Just getting a nice stretch in this left side body. We can go ahead and drop that left arm, bringing your forehead to the right knee. And let's release both hands, and we're going to alternate walking our hands over so they're in front of this left knee, bringing the forehead down to that left knee. You can even bring your hands behind the lower back. Just taking a few long, deep breaths here. Inhale and exhale, release, come rolling up. All right, and let's come on up into tabletop, and we'll start into some cat-cow. Bringing our hands under our shoulders, knees are under the hips. Feet are either flat on the mat or tucked under, toes are either flat on the mat or tucked under the feet. We're inhaling the tailbone up to the ceiling as we drop the back. Lift the chin into cow. Exhale, round the tailbone to the belly button, arching the back, bringing the chin to heart into cat. And continue that movement, inhaling up. Exhale, squeezing all that old air out into cat. Now remember, if this starts to feel like it's a little much on your wrists, you can always come into peaceful fists, just curling your fingers underneath. Continuing that movement, leading this movement with the tailbone. Inhaling up and exhale, squeeze all that old air out. And one more time. Let's inhale up. And exhale into cat. Inhale back into that neutral tabletop. And from here, we're going to bring this left foot forward between the legs. So we're coming into a low, like a runner's lunge. And we'll begin walking the hands back to the knees. So we're sitting back on this right heel. We can support ourselves by placing a hand on either side. And let's flex that left foot so the toes are pointing up to the ceiling. Now, you're welcome to stay here if you would like. If you feel like you want to test your balance a little bit, we can bring hands to the heart. Or you can even bring them behind you, rolling the shoulder blades away from the ears and bringing your forehead down to that left knee. . And from here, you can release your hands and bring your hands forward towards that left foot. So that way you're just getting a nice stretch behind the leg here. Inhale. And on an exhale, come rolling up. And we're gonna walk forward once more. And this time, we're actually gonna tuck this the right toes underneath that right foot and push that right knee up. So now we're coming into that low lunge and bringing our hands to that left knee. Let's check in here, making sure that the left knee is over the left ankle, that right leg is strong behind us. Rolling shoulder blades away from the ears. You're welcome to stay here if you would like, or you can bring your hands behind you once more, opening up that heart and bowing down into that humbled warrior. Inhale and exhale. Release back down into that low lunge. Let's drop that right knee, bringing the left leg back to meet the right, so you're back into that tabletop. And this time we're going to bring that right leg forward and begin walking back so that you're sitting back on that left heel. Flexing the right foot, you're welcome to stay here. Shoulders pulled away from the ears. If you want to test your balance, you can bring your hands into prayer mudra. You can even bring them behind you, roll those shoulder blades away from the ears, and bringing your forehead down to that right knee. Inhale. And exhale, release the hands, bringing them forward to that right foot. So you're getting a nice stretch behind that right leg. Let's go ahead and release the hands, walking forward once more into that runner's lunge, tucking that left foot behind us, making sure that right knee is over the right ankle before you lift up with that left leg. So you're in a low lunge, making sure shoulders are rolled away from the ears. You're welcome to stay here if you would like, or you can bring your hands to that right knee, coming into that warrior. Intertwining your hands behind your shoulders, pulled away from the ears, and bowing down into that humbled warrior. Inhale and exhale, release back into that low lunge. Let's step forward with that left foot into a full forward bend. Now we're making sure that gravity is doing most of the work here as the hips reach up for the ceiling. Let's go ahead and grasp opposite elbows here and begin swaying from left to right. Just a nice gentle sway. You can even get your head involved if you'd like. So you're just opening up that lower back. One more time to either side, coming to center. Let's release, bending at the knees as we bring the arms parallel to the mat, and then pushing up, bringing the arms up overhead and down to the heart. Grab my glasses so I can keep an eye on the time. Okay, perfect. So from here, let's just come into a wide-legged stretch, and we're going to bring the arms up overhead, cupping that left hand with the right as we pull that left arm over to the right side. Inhaling back up to center, we'll reverse hands, cupping the right with the left and reaching over to that left side. And continue that movement, inhaling. You can even, if you like, stretch out that left leg. And going with the right so that you're pointing out through those right toes, inhaling to center, exhale to the left, pointing out through those left toes, exhale to center, or inhale to center, exhale to the left and pointing out through those right toes, continuing that movement. One more time to each side. Inhale to center. Let's release the arms. Very nice. Start doing some shoulder rolls. Inhaling the shoulders up. Exhale, rolling them down the spine. And continue that movement. Inhaling up. Exhale, rolling them down the spine. One more time. Let's inhale all the way up. And exhale. Whew. Release. Two more times with that. Inhaling all the way up. And exhale, release. Shake it off with your fingers, through your toes. Okay, one more time. Last time. Inhale, up, up, up. And exhale, release us, shake it out through the fingers, the arms, the toes, just shake it out. Shake out the shoulders. All right, and we're gonna come into a twist. Inhaling to the left, to exhale to the right. Feel free to take up space, swinging your arms around you, and it's okay. If you wanna make contact with your neighbor, briefly touching hands, right? And combat that isolation of this disordered thinking with connection with others. So we're just swaying, spreading our light around us. All right. Now let's get a little more intentional with this, really wringing out that spine as you twist from left to right. Making sure that you're coming up onto those toes. When you go to the left, you're coming up onto those right toes, and when you go to the right, coming up onto those left toes. Very nice. All right, one more time. Coming to center, bringing our hands to our hearts, and we're going to do a little bit of dancing Shiva. So we're going to inhale, bringing our right leg forward, our right foot pointing down to the floor and opening up, release, back to center, adjusting over to that right side, lifting up the left leg and release, back to center. Let's do that 2 more times on each side. Inhaling, right leg up and out, back to prayer mudra. Inhale and out. Once more on this right side. Feeling your body just moving in space. Very nice. And this time we're going to inhale this right leg all the way out into this wide-legged stance. You can even turn your toes out to the sides if you would like. Inhaling the arms up overhead. And on that exhale, we're going to come bending down to the earth. Okay, very nice. Elongating up through the top of the head. You can even sway from left to right if you would like. Just opening up those hips. One more time to each side, coming to stillness. Let's release the hands and come standing up, heel toeing back in. And come sitting down. Back into our easy pose. And we're going to kick our legs out in front of us and come laying down into Shavasana for just a short minute, just to rest, release anything that maybe came up for you in your practice this morning. So turning your palms over to face up to the ceiling, allowing your feet to fall open to either side. And allowing your breath to return back to its natural rhythm. I invite you to close your eyes if you would like. Noticing whatever might be coming up for you during this rest, whatever was stirred up during your practice. And using this time of rest to let it go. Release it back into the universe. Let's begin to wiggle our fingers and toes, circling ankles and wrists, and coming into any stretch that feels good for you as you make your way back into seated. If there was some place in your body where you might be holding some tension and we didn't get to that this morning, go ahead and stretch through that. Right. And then meeting us back in easy pose, we're going to inhale the left ear over to the left shoulder. Exhale, rolling the chin down to the heart as we bring the right ear over to the right shoulder. Inhaling back over to the left. And continue these neck circles. just in one direction. And then very gently switching directions. One more time. Coming to center. We'll bring our hands back to prayer mudra, taking a moment just to think of 3 things that you can be grateful for today. Setting your intention for the day. And we'll close our practice chanting Sat Nam, which means I am truth. Inhale and exhale and inhale to chant Sat Nam. Peace to all, light to all, and love to all. Sat Nam. And I hope you guys have a beautiful day.